not a secret that we had a meeting with His Excellency the President, and basically it was an in-house meeting. And it was a meeting to thank the team that worked very hard in Kiambaa and also in Mugoga, where we were able to deliver the Mugoga seat, civic seat, and the Kiambaa, where we performed very well. And of course, you know, as you are aware, we have already challenged that one in court because we know for sure that we won in Kiambaa. And it was a time for us to reflect and moving into the future, learn from the mistakes that we saw or we did in both instances, and not just the both instances. In all the by-elections that have been held across the country, how we performed. There are some that we won, others we lost, and it was basically a time for us to reflect. You know, I saw in the print media, I also saw in the social media a lot of lies, innuendos of what happened in the meeting. And the meeting was a very, very simple meeting. The president was extremely happy with our performance. He was extremely happy. And that is the reason he offered Mbuzi for us. Basically, it was a Mbuzi. And you know, there is no way you can be offered Mbuzi by anybody who is not happy with you. So basically, the Mbuzi was to thank all of us who participated and who went out of our way to campaign for a Jubilee candidate. However, we also raised, of course, a few concerns, and especially on how the party is being run. Being the chairman of budget, I know each and every year we appropriate over 300, going to 400 million shillings to Jubilee Party. And we have always been asking, where is this money going? What is this money doing? And we have not seen a lot of presence of the party in all the by-elections. It's actually us as members and through our resources that we have been able to achieve what we have been able to achieve. You know? And sometimes we have seen that the party and the leadership of the party, apart from His Excellency the President, who is our party leader, the others in terms of performance, in terms of presence, in terms of support, has been lacking. And as you know, you're aware that all the officials of Jubilee are there on interim basis. In fact, they are now serving their 4th year, for sure. If you are serving 4th year on interim basis, for sure you should actually thank the party leader and give way, you know, to other leaders to also complete the list. We are not saying that they have not done their best. If you look at, for example, here, there is a road being constructed here. The tractors, the bulldozers, the D7 that did the initial work of pulling down the rocks, the trees and all that are very critical in any construction of a road. But the moment they do their part, they also cede, you know, space for the other machineries. Like, for example, you can see the other machineries working here. But you cannot again say that the D7, the D9s that were working here will complete the job. They can't. In fact, if the moment they try to complete the job, they will mess up the job. So the officials who have been there in Jubilee have done their part, and we commend them for what they have done. But for sure, we need fresh blood. We need fresh impetus. You know, we need to rejuvenate the party. We need to give the party a new face going into the future. As you know, the politics of our country, any election, you know, there will be different formations. In 2002, there was NAC. NAC is not the party that won in 2007. There was the PNU in 2007. After 2013, we had a coalition of TNA and URP. In 2017, there was now Jubilee plus the other affiliate parties. So going to 2022, you can rest assured that 2022 will still be the same as it has happened in the past, whereby there will be different formations. Different parties will be coming together, and there is nothing wrong in parties coming together. And we in Jubilee are also looking outside the box. We are also looking for partners that we will be able to partner with come to 2022. And there is no way you can now start looking for partners when you have not even organized your own house. So basically what we are saying as Jubilee Reloaded is that we want to reorganize our house. The moment we reorganize our house, I can bet for sure we will start engaging other like-minded parties whom we will form coalitions going to 2022. We are in government at the moment, Jubilee government, and we have no plan at all to exit the government. We also want to be part of government post 2022. And we are also alive to the fact that not one single political party can clinch the presidency. So we will be looking forward to partnering with other like-minded parties. And for sure, we have not closed our doors, we have opened our doors, and I want to say categorically that we will be entering into negotiations and discussions with like-minded parties. And we have not closed any door to anybody. Whether it is One Kenya Alliance, whether it's ODM, whether it's any other new affiliate that will come up, we will be ready to engage them, because we know that going into the future, the country will be run through coalitions of parties. On the issue of the former Prime Minister coming to Central, we are very much welcoming him. In fact, I believe that the next visit, he will come to Nyeri, and I'm ready to host him, because we are very accommodative people. We are forward-looking people, and we are accommodating any presidential candidate to come and sell his manifesto to us. We are that beautiful girl who needs suitors, you know, and we want to take time analyzing these suitors. We don't want to be like other tribes, other religions, you know, or other communities, whereby a man or a wife or a spouse is prescribed by the community. No. We will be given an opportunity to choose whom we want to partner with. And that is the reason, personally, I have welcomed Musalia Mudavadi. I have hosted him. I have hosted Gideon Moi. I have hosted Raila Odinga. I am going to host Kalonzo Musyoka. We want to host each and every presidential candidate, so that when that presidential candidate comes to the mountain, that presidential candidate will be able now to tell our people what he has to offer them post 2022. And we have not made any agreement with anybody that our votes will go to that particular person. When that time comes, we will be able to sit as a community. We have a regimental way of how we do things. We don't just wake up in the morning and say that this is how we are going. No, we usually have a sitting. We had Rimuru 1, we had Rimuru 2, where we came up with the presidency of His Excellency Uhuru Kenyatta. Definitely we will have Rimuru 3, or call it even better, Sagana 3, whereby we will, those kind of momentous pronouncements will be made, and I know at the opportune time it will be made. We have not, and I want to repeat that we have not closed any door to anybody. In fact, we are encouraging them to come and visit our place. You saw yesterday, the former Prime Minister, when he visited Muranga, there were people who were saying that he will not be received. He received a very lousy, warm welcome. And the moment he comes to Nyeri, the same case. And you will see for sure that we are very magnanimous, and we also appreciate the role that he has played in unifying this country. 4 years ago, this country was divided right down the middle. But when he shook the hand of the president, there was peace and prosperity in this country. That is the reason you see these roads being done. That's the reason you see electricity being installed everywhere. Basically because we have peace and prosperity in the country.
This question about
currently we are on recess. We are resuming Parliament on the 20th of next month. I have not heard of anything. I have no problem personally with JB Moturi. He has been a very good speaker, and I have not heard any person muting or coming up with that kind of a thing. For me, if it comes, it's not something that I would be able to support, because for me, I believe that as a speaker, he has performed very well, and we need to encourage as many people as possible, and especially from the mountain. I am throwing this challenge to the mountain people. There is no written law anywhere that you cannot vie as a president of this Republic of Kenya. There is nowhere written. And that is the reason we are encouraging Moturi, go for that big seat. Wairia, go for the big seat. Kabogo, go for the big seat. Kionjore, any other person. And that is the reason, even when we were in the meeting with the president encouraged us to talk to each other, not at each other. He has said categorically that he will support any person who has the intention of uniting the mountain and also uniting the country. So there is no divergent views that we cannot be accommodated, or what we are saying that kindly reduce the insults. The insults are not going to build anything. Reduce the insults. If you are going to positively criticize some of the issues that we are doing, so be it. But in terms of insults and falsehoods, lies, that one, of course, we are not going to entertain. So don't be shocked to see me tomorrow seated with Kionjore. Don't be shocked to see me tomorrow seated with Mother Karua. Don't be shocked to see us sitting with Moses Kuria, you know, because as a mountain, we must speak in one voice. And I'm happy because when Kionjore's team met, they have said the bare minimum. And the bare minimum, some of the bare minimums resonate with what we have always been saying, that there must be equity. One vote, one man, one shilling, one vote. If there is any presidential candidate who is going to come to us outside that promise of one man, one vote, one shilling, we are not going to listen to them. So any person who is pushing for one man, one vote, one shilling is welcome. And we are going to sit as a community. We are going to sit and make sure that we will come out together as a united front going to 2022. And don't be shocked that we will also have a serious presidential candidate, you know, coming from the mountain. It is possible. We have 8.6 million votes. If you can be able to consolidate the 8.6 million votes, for sure, yeah, that's not a vote that you can actually ignore. In any case, the presidency of this country is won by about 8 million votes. So for sure, you cannot ignore the vote of the mountain.